I sting like a bee. I've been having conversations with a bunch of nobody.
You now tune in to the Hey Now podcast, a conversation with a bunch of nobody. It's your boy Kev. Introduce yourself.
Steven Galeano.
Hello. It's your boy 1G. You know who I be in the VIP, rolling up the BIG.
Shaq here. BX in the fucking building.
Nigga live in Harlem though.
That was a nicer view.
Let's not digress.
Let's digest.
Let's digest. I like that. Beloved, happy to be here on this damp Thursday.
It is damp outside though. I ain't even gonna lie.
Fuck is y'all
That shit,
weatherman?
nah, that shit damp like Adrien Broner's boxing skills.
Yo, chill, we're not gonna get into that, man. We're not gonna get into that. First, I want to say, rest in peace, Mac Miller. We gotta, these kids gotta do, it's a drug epidemic, overdose on pills or whatever the case may be, man. Has to stop. Losing too many. I was actually having a conversation with Shaq. I'm like, if these celebrities is dying, within these months, imagine the people that we don't hear about, the common folk, the regular,
That are overdosing.
You feel me? So that's,
No, we hear about them. I was just about to say,
that's a crazy
like,
number, We hear about them, but I'm pretty sure that there's more.
There's way
They just using
more.
K2.
And K2, that's something different. First, I want to say that the youth, man, especially the youth, have to do a better judgment of what they're putting in their body, especially if they're going through some type of like mental illness.
Depression.
Yeah. I don't think medicating yourself in that way is
the answer.
Is the answer, So that's my piece on it. Steve, do you have anything to say? I know you're young. You're an athlete.
I'm like away from that world. I'm kept, just like the way I was raised and shit. But I do realize that you're hearing a lot more about it, like you said. So, everything you said was right on point. Right on point.
Beloved, you got anything to say?
Of course, beloved.
Well,
that's
you know,
something to say.
He's about to go on.
We hear about these stories a lot. Mac Miller,
Whitney Houston.
I'm not gonna get in a tangent about other people. I want to keep it on Mac Miller.
I like
Mac Miller, talented rapper, talented songwriter, producer, engineer, played keys, played guitar, and from what the general consensus is in the industry was that he was, a genuine, solid guy. So it seems like a lot of times when we lose somebody prematurely, it's one of the good ones. So, but that doesn't negate the fact that, maybe he had demons he was dealing with. We don't know. I was texting a lot of my friends over the last couple of days. It's like, yo, if you have a problem, don't be too proud. Say you have a problem.
Reach out.
If I text y'all or y'all text me, y'all ask me, yo, Jay, how you doing? If I'm having a bad day, I was telling you this morning, I said, yo, my mental's a little shaky this week. Be honest about your issues or your battles or your demons, because a lot of times a simple conversation can deter you from, indulging in.
It could go a long way.
Suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
It could go a long way.
Have a
Just do what I do.
No, God, kid friendly.
What? What's that?
Tell him.
I can't even talk about it.
Kid friendly.
I mean, I don't know.
Beat the shit out your meat, nigga, and you gonna be good, nigga. Fuck all that extra, I'ma kill myself, I'm taking pills, I'm doing this, nigga, I do not paja. And that's it, my nigga, and you're gonna feel good. Your heart is gonna feel good, you're gonna be empty, you're gonna be feeling great, my nigga. That's all I gotta say about this topic.
And tired.
Like, this shit got me tight, my nigga. Like, there's so much other things you could do besides overdose that is ridiculous, and they don't use it, my nigga. And this shit is getting me tight, and I'm gonna not go on with it because my man Shaq got a couple things he gotta get off his chest. Cause I just got off my chest.
What's that saying? una bahasa?
Una baja, my nigga.
Una baja?
Yeah, that's it, my nigga. That's all you gotta do, my nigga, because
That mean bust a nut?
that's, yeah, nigga, beat your meat and bust your own shit and just lay in
That
the bed
basically
and
means
relax.
jerking off.
Now I totally agree.
Come on, nigga.
Yeah, Jack. Somebody's gonna be responsible here.
No. I wanna. R.I.P. Mac Miller. Sad situation.
It's the truth, though, bro. There's other things to do besides taking drugs all day in your crib. You got a couple dollars.
But I
like,
think,
go play ball. Like,
I
do
think we need
other
to address
shit.
the real issue, and that's what's not getting. That's not what's being addressed. It's easy to say, you know, as graceful as Jen has put it, like, you know, everybody's got their demons, but what is it? And like in today's age, I look at some of these kids, like, you know, I don't like to use Mac Miller, but a lot of people suffer from ADD.
Me.
Right. And you could just beat your meat and be fine. But in this social media age, beating your meat don't count. You know what I'm saying? So then
Nigga, I'll be on the ground like,
But that's because you came from my era. You know what I'm saying? You came from jerking off in magazines and shit. You ain't even all this
Nigga,
shit
I
is
used
new
to
to
steal
you.
them from the bottom of my father's pillows.
You feel me?
Shout out
Well,
my
hold on,
mom.
he had them under his
Under the pillows, nigga. Come on, nigga. We find all the
Feel
stashes,
me?
B.
Like that's the shit we come from. So I feel like a lot of these younger people, they're suffering from ADD, and some of them are getting a little
Mental health issues.
mental health issues,
But ADD
and they
don't
get a
have
little
nothing to
bit
do
of
with
money,
mental health, though,
and
bro.
they think just
That's
taking
not
like
some
Percocets
reality
and
show.
drinking lean is gonna fucking, because it sedates them for a long time, but then if you don't really get proper treatment, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna end up dying or something's gonna happen.
That's not
to you.
true because I have ADD, and when I was in second grade, they prescribed me some Ritalin, and I took it for a week, and my father said, yo, to tell you the truth, I'm not with this pill shit. I don't like my son on pills. He took me off of it.
That's why you got them gray hairs right there too.
But yeah, but you gotta understand.
He
there's some-
he took
but
me
there's some
off of
people
it,
that actually-
and I'm good, bro. Like, I was playing
But Gabby, but you
basketball
gonna-
to get my mind off of shit. Like, there's other things to
Gabby,
do.
but
But some
you
people
gotta
have
understand-
issues with
yeah, it's
depression,
like it's
bipolar,
different. Everybody's
schizophrenia.
You went about
Everybody
it-
has a different problem.
Like, you went about it that way, your pops went about it that way, and it worked out for you.
That's
You know,
what-
it might not work
Everything
out
is
the
a
same way
case-by-case
for everybody.
situation.
Everybody's
So
different.
that's what that's so
ways,
when
man.
people
I
say
totally
like
agree with you.
no, I agree. Like when people say like, oh, check up on your friend, you know, whatever. Like I always say like, you know, I could check up on my friend, but
That
if
don't
my
mean you gonna
friend,
tell me.
exactly, if my friend is suffering from
I'm
something,
honest, bro. If I'm having, if Kev texts me and say, yo, Jay, how you feeling?
but look,
If I'm good, I'm good.
But you
If I say I'm not good,
But
like
you-
nigga, I'm not
listen,
good.
but you gotta
I'm
understand,
not
but
good.
have no-
I'm not good.
But also,
not good.
but also that's you.
I'm not good.
But also that's you. You know, that's your personality. That's your persona. That's the way
It took
you
me a
go.
while to get to that point.
I could be the stubborn person I am. I could tell you that I'm good, but I'm really going through some shit. But because my personality is never showing, you know,
Never show-
You know why I learned to be honest? I know a couple people that I grew up with. Like my mama know them, they mama know me. Yo, they ended it. So then it's like, yo,
Yeah, I had a name for doing
you know, why that I love dearly commit suicide.
That's crazy.
Right? So, and I think a lot of times I'm a West Indian kid, we Haitian, we Dominican, we the same in a lot of ways. A lot of Puerto Rican, a lot of things can be alleviated if we're able to just have an honest conversation with our peoples. If you have a problem, your girl left you, yo, don't front like you not hurt. Say, yo, this bitch cheated on me. I caught her sucking another nigga's dick. I'm fucked up about it. Yo, fuck this bitch. And we'll be like, nigga,
don't come to me with that.
It's like, word, damn, I told you.
or maybe
Even niggas do that.
What he look like? Did you get a good look at him?
or like, yo, my mama, my dad got cancer or some shit. I'm fucked up about it. Say something.
That's something different. That's something different. You're right.
Nah,
But you know,
but look,
but society makes it like, especially men of color, yo, we have to be tough. We have
Can't
to
be
be
vulnerable.
strong. Nah, yo, you're human.
While white people is out there and fucking with what you call them people, therapists.
Yeah.
That's what
So my whole thing is, yo, I tell my friends all the time, don't be too proud. People who really fuck with you are gonna hold you down regardless. If you have a problem, say you have a problem. Let's have a conversation. If you need help, we will get you some help. As opposed to, I tell people all the time, I'd rather put money towards getting you help rather than put money towards commissary or a casket. And I've had to put money towards caskets. I don't want to do that shit anymore.
That's real rap.
Yo, that's real rap.
So one of the reasons why, you know, I wanted Steven G to get on the show.
Shout out my man Steven Jeezy.
Is because, you know,
Sheezy.
not only is he, you know, a very, very, very good amateur boxer, he also has a very good knowledge of the game. You know, I always stumble upon, you know, texting him, asking, you know, who to pick in certain fights, you know, and why does he feel that fighter, you know, is going to win. So going into that, I wanted to ask you, you know, you was at the fights this past weekend. So how you felt about the Shawn Porter and Danny Garcia fight?
As crazy as I'm about to sound, like I had it 8-4 for Garcia in person.
So you had Garcia winning?
Yeah, I had him winning. I had him winning by a couple rounds. I thought it was clear for him, but like I've realized sometimes, like being at the fights in person, like I've seen some fights where like I thought it was like clear for one person, then I watch it on TV again.
And then you got a different perspective from it?
Yeah, but this was the kind of fight, it was different. Like, I thought it was clear for him, but then I go on Twitter, I go on Instagram after, and everyone was literally like split down the middle. So it kind of was like, pick and choose what you wanted. You know, like, did you prefer Porter's, you know, boxing skills, you know, busyness? Did you did you prefer Danny Garcia's accuracy, quote unquote harder punches, more punches
Power
that make
punches,
you go like wow,
yeah.
Cleaner punches?
Power punches.
Yeah, the wild punches. So, I mean, looking at the fight stats, he did land more power punches. I saw that, I respected that, so that's what I went with when I was watching it. I've yet to seen it on Showtime after.
Okay.
So like I could hold like a deeper opinion like once I watch it again, but I did have him winning clearly.
Did anybody else watch the fight by any chance?
I watched the fight, and I'm not talking because he's my favorite boxer, but I had him winning every round.
Who's him?
Danny Garcia, that's my favorite boxer. So I'm not
Every round, bro?
Every round, man. Fuck that, B. Listen, my man Danny Garcia. Every. Yo, fuck that. I'm not gonna violate my man. That nigga won every round, man. That's my guy. I don't even know that nigga, but that's my guy. You heard? You know when you just like feel like you know him, but you don't know him? Like, I know him, son. I swear to God, but I don't know him. But I swear to God, I know him.
So you had him winning?
I had him winning unanimously.
Danny Garcia, 12 rounds to 0.
Nah, I gave it 10-2.
10-2, Gab.
I got the 10-2. It's just Danny Swift Garcia is just swift, my brother.
You know the nickname.
That nigga smoother than the other side of the
Are you a bigger fan of him or the dad?
Listen, first of all, the dad is not the boxer. I like the boxer, Danny Swift Garcia.
Yeah,
I do feel like it's a
Danny.
time. I think right now, I understand like, you know, he's multi-division champion, 3-time world champion and everything. I understand he is gonna be hard to change anything from him, but I think he could use a change right now.
A change in fight style, training?
No, I mean like different environment. Like just change trainers, get a veteran trainer. Not that's gonna change anything in him.
He always
but force him to
Go
just make some
outside
adjustments.
the box.
Cause I one thing I did realize is that with the Thurman fight and with this fight, he not busy enough.
Yeah, he kind of waits.
He not busy, and even though I had him, even though I had him ahead, and with the Thurman fight, he was coming like on strong as the fight went on. I don't see a sense of urgency from him as the fight goes on, and I understand like he probably felt like I was landing the cleaner punches. You know, I have a good edge in this fight. And he has gotten some good
But why
decisions.
I feel like you're gonna say that his corner was telling him these things and that's why he felt that way.
Huh?
I feel like you're gonna say that.
Nah, cause his dad was urging him on.
Yeah, his dad was saying
his dad was urging him on.
Stay more busy.
But one thing we gotta understand, that's also his dad. You know, it's
So he can't be objective.
Yeah, like sometimes we gotta, sometimes we need someone else to say something before we listen.
That's not
something that's the same thing.
directly attached.
Yeah, like
something different.
Yeah, like someone else, maybe a respected. I'm just gonna throw out a name, Robert Garcia. If he's saying the same things, he's a highly respected person in the game. That's not his father. It's not that personal connection. Now he'll realize, like, oh shit,
somebody else's point of view.
Yeah, like someone else just to say the same things.
A different voice.
Yeah, his father's saying all the right things, but one thing you gotta understand, that's his father. Yeah, that's his father. So we might not listen to our parents, all the time.
We'll
but
listen
if someone
to the
else
OG.
says the same thing, especially someone that you highly respect.
Yeah.
I'm not saying get his father got to be in his corner, even if he does make a change, but just have someone respected that, even if his father stays, head trainer, but have someone respected in his corner that, when his dad says something, he could say the same things. And like, because I seen his dad, urgency, but I didn't see it from him when he was fighting. Like the 12th round was looking like the first round. Like you would have thought that was the 12th round because they wasn't fighting like it.
I like his pops though. He remind me of
like his pops is everything I seen from him, great trainer. But they've been together their whole life. That is his father. Maybe he just needs a different voice backing his father up. Even if he doesn't make a change. Like, just have someone there backing his father up.
I like that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that before we started speaking.
Nah, that's a lit point of view.
Yeah, that's
really,
real interesting because
the whole parent. Because I feel like that applies to everything, in every situation. Like when your parents could be saying everything right, telling you to do everything right,
but you don't want to listen to them.
Exactly. I can remember countless times my parents would say to tell you the right thing, but it wasn't until one of my friends said it that I was like, all right.
Or a cool uncle.
Yeah, someone
or an OG, like, come here, young fella. Stop stressing your parents out.
Or a little nigga like me, come through spraying everybody in C.
Yo, we was doing so good.
I know, I tried.
We was doing like so
Bro, I tried to keep my cool, but I had to just come out.
Yeah, you was just...
And there's nothing to mix that with.
So no, there's nothing.
There is.
No, there is none. That's all.
There isn't, no? Okay.
Yeah.
So there is, but I'm not gonna do that.
So now, since we into boxing, it's only right that we get into our guests and just smooth things out that way.
Yo, before we get to you though, I just want to say one thing. Adrien Broner is trash, my nigga. And that's all I'm gonna say, and we're gonna take it on from here.
No, but
we're not gonna talk about it no more, that's it.
But
That's all I just want to give a
AB.
shout
We're not
out.
gonna talk about AB like that. I'm not gonna allow that.
Maybe his results ain't matching what he speaks, but I respect that he fight everybody, but like he's another one. He gotta throw more punches. That's it. He got the talent.
My bad. Yo, Jonathan.
What?
Pause that, please.
So now we're back. So I wanna dive into our guest. Pause.
Yo, wow.
I said pause.
Yo,
I said pause.
Yo, can I see the marker, sir?
Yeah, So I wanted to get Steven. Yo. So one of the reasons why I wanted to get Steven on the show is, one, I know he's young, so this one's really for the youth. Hold on, let me know when you're done, because that's kind of
distracting.
slow, yeah.
That is the loudest Sharpie I've ever heard in my life.
He's doing right on my ear.
Oh, I thought somebody was shushing somebody.
No, it's your man right here. Keep that cup away from us. So now, as I was saying, I've known Steven for a while, actually around the time when I actually got introduced to boxing. And ever since then, man, he's just been cool. I never seen him have a bad day in the gym. I always see him have a smile, and I got a chance to always see him, his brother, and his father in the gym at the same time. And for me, I think that's always the dopest shit, when you can actually get family incorporated, and the stuff that you
Nothing
do.
like family support.
You know, so I think that's fire. So I always love that dynamic. We're gonna get into that. But you're right now 141 in New York, #1 in your weight class.
Oh, shout out to that.
But
Shout out to that. Let's clap it up for that one time.
Yeah.
Let's clap it up.
Yo, I love you, my
Number
nigga.
one at
I don't know you
141.
yet, but I love you.
Shout out to them being our youngest guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And our cameraman, Jonathan, doesn't feel the only young guy.
His name is Omar.
That's what I do.
All right, stop calling him that.
That's Jonathan.
So,
That shit is nasty.
but also
that shit is
another thing that I wanted to highlight was what you're doing, you know, with school. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get into boxing as well as school because I think you being able to balance both, you know, your boxing and your education, I think that is great because, as you know, a lot of people like to take advantage of fighters in the sport. You know, fighters spend so much time, you know.
Coffee's boiling.
Yeah, something.
Pot's up.
going.
Pot's ready. Coffee's ready.
So a lot of fighters, you know, they spend so many hours, you know, and days just working on their craft that they, you know, they drift off education, and that's how people tend to take advantage of them.
Yeah.
So what you're doing, you know, I commend you because you're able to balance both. And boxing is not a sport that's easy.
Yeah.
You know how people say you don't play boxing. You know, it's something serious.
You don't play basketball, you don't play football.
You know,
This fight game is different.
But I think you said that wrong, bro.
I play
You do
basketball.
play basketball. You do play football, but you don't play boxing.
You play. You right.
Yeah.
You play basketball. You
Your
play baseball. My heart was in the right
Your heart
place.
was in the
But
right
you
place.
can't play boxing. Y'all know what I was saying.
Yo, listen, at the end of the day, let my man
But the
finish
millions of
talking.
viewers,
You fucking tripping, man.
they heard Johnny Walker.
They heard Johnny Walker. When the Remy's in the system.
Yo, my tears came up, yo.
Ain't no telling. That's what I said. I said it wrong.
Yeah, you
But you know what
Nigga
I'm
said
saying.
they don't play basketball, they don't play football.
Nigga said you don't
But they play boxing.
Nigga said you
it with a
don't.
straight
Yeah,
face.
you don't.
Nigga look dead at the camera. PSA, listen, we don't play basketball, but we don't play football.
Y'all know what I meant, man. Come on, let's get that.
No, I was gonna let you slide with it. I thought about the
Nah,
millions
that's why I
of
looked.
viewers.
That's why I looked at him and said, "Nah, that's not how it goes." My tears came up.
We got number
Yeah,
one,
like,
number
nah,
one in the
bro.
weight class.
I can't wait to see that.
I thought he was gonna preach.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, bro, that's not it.
Nah, don't do that, man.
You can't. You preach it backwards, nigga. All right, so now let's get back into this. So, I want to start off with the Steven journey as far as how you got into boxing. Like, where did that passion come about? When did you start?
So you want me to tell you my boxing story?
Oh,
Like-
back up, because you started with the school. You started with the when you asked
First of all, where you from?
From the Bronx.
hey,
the exit.
This nigga's from Harlem.
I live in Harlem.
I live
Listen,
$3 Uber here.
come on,
Y'all together with somebody else?
Yo, I paid for that and ain't even nobody getting it.
That's what I like. $5 Ubers to work at 5 in the morning.
Facts, right?
You know how I do when we do how we do.
And a guarantee seat.
So I wanted to start off boxing and then plug in the school.
I got you.
Yeah, so right now I'm 19. I started boxing tentatively like around the age of 8.
Tentatively.
Yeah, because I
19, y'all tentatively.
yeah.
No, and I'm gonna keep waiting.
No,
Before you
reason-
continue,
at 8? That's
I
what
don't
it
know
is.
how to spell that. I got a degree and I don't even know what the fuck that means, my nigga.
Yo, that's fucked.
And I got a fucking 4-year degree, my nigga.
That's why you
Let's,
don't.
Nah, like
Let's
reason,
digress. But go ahead. Go ahead, young king. Go ahead.
nah,
Yo, I'm
reason,
sorry,
reason,
but that was
reason
a
why I
good
say
word.
that is because I didn't really like, even though I was fighting throughout the years, I didn't really start taking the sport serious till I was about 13.
So you was just going to the gym just to
Yeah, like I'm
8 to
trying.
13,
Nah,
it was like-
back then, like when you fight, I mean, you little kid, you don't have to train. Like you just fight.
Right,
That's it. You
right.
ain't have to train. Like once you start hitting
It's just
13,
more motivation.
Yeah,
Your process.
yeah.
You're gonna go out there and fuck him up.
Yeah, yeah.
Hit him with the left.
Hit him with the right. Nah, but once you start like 13, 14, that's when you start like stepping up in levels.
And you start respecting it.
Yeah, yeah. Up until I met Kev around the time I was like 17, and I'm gonna be honest, like I was already like 9-10 years in the sport. I had all the talent in the world, but I still never did nothing. like I never accomplished anything. And I'm gonna be honest, like I was always like lazy about the sport. You know, like I always thought I knew everything. And my brother,
19, by the way. Like
when you say you knew everything, like what you thought, like you just knew.
Like I felt like I knew everything.
Okay.
Like I just, you know, I didn't want to listen to nobody. You know, I was stubborn.
So it was like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, like I always had the talent because my brother, he came before me. He's 25 right now. He's pro, but
he was also number one in New York City.
Yeah, he won.
Paved the way.
That's the thing. Like my brother won 2 Golden Gloves.
Oh,
he won 2 Golden Gloves.
Shout him out. Give him his name. Give him out there.
Chris Galeano.
Yeah.
He was number 1 in the country.
Nice, I like him.
He won the USA Championships. So he was one of the best amateurs. Like last decade, he's one of the best amateurs in New York. He made the last name. So I was never Steven. I was always his little brother. You know, so
did that ever make you feel kind of like a way, like you always have to like perform like at a high level?
I was about to say, cause now the pressure's on.
I always felt that way, but
you felt like you was a champ.
I don't. Yeah, like it was always like an arrogance, but my brother was never like that.
His brother,
my brother, the most quietest person in the world.
It's funny, you kind of quiet too. I don't even see that. I don't really see that either.
And I'm gonna get into that. You know, I met my trainer Mark Farrat in December. I met him before, but I made the change to him in December 2015. Still to this day, I'm his only amateur. He had a lot of plans and like, not plans. I mean like, he had a lot of things that he wanted to do with me, a lot of changes, and until I trained with him all the way until January 2017, and throughout that year and a half, I always, like I said, stubborn, never wanted to listen to him, and honestly, he was always kind of like, yeah, he's chill, like he got elite professionals.
I like
and yeah, he got elite professionals, so he was always like, always telling me, but you can only tell something to a person so many times. You know, I never wanted to listen to him. I always used to tell him like, nah, but I was always losing. So in January 2017, like I had a couple injuries, and
kind of injury.
I broke my nose a couple times.
Well, you didn't break your own nose, but
nah, like I got hit, and you know, like I can show you after.
Like sparring,
my shit was like all the way over my face.
Nigga said all the way off my face. I ain't never even heard nobody describe
legit like that.
That's crazy.
Legit like that.
Yeah, you couldn't breathe through that. Man. That's crazy.
Yeah, like.
Did it happen once or?
It happened, and then I jumped in the sport too quick after.
So too quick after the injury.
Yeah.
Too quick after the after you broke it.
So it got worse a second time, and then it got I injured it again in January 2017, like I said.
Damn.
So when it happened again in January 2017, I was already supposed to fight 2017 was supposed to be my 3rd year in the Golden Gloves. And because of injuries and some BS crap that happened in 2015, 3 years already passed, and because of BS local politics the first year, and because 2 straight years of injuries.
Talk about that. Talk about
Speaking of peace. This is an open free space.
Elaborate on that. Don't
so 2015, I was 16. And I was my birthday is November, so I was turning 17 all the way in November. So the local association, they were like, you can't fight in the Golden Gloves if you don't turn 17 before April. But if you win the Golden Gloves open class, like the elite class, then you travel representing New York at the National Golden Gloves. The National Golden Glove rule is, as long as you turn 17 at any point in the year,
you're good.
It doesn't matter if you're 16 and you turn 17 December 31st.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to explain to him.
That's the class. That's the situation you.
Yeah. So I didn't get to fight because the local commission made their own BS rules. So how does the National Association
right.
got they specific rule? You're supposed to follow that rule. So I lost a year out because of that, and many young fighters lost a year of the Golden Gloves because of that. And it's still like that now. I don't agree with it, but that's what they did. 2016, I still remember it to this day. February 18th, 2016, I was supposed to have my first fight in the Golden Gloves. I broke my nose for the first time February 16th, 2 days before.
Oh my God.
The next year after that, I broke my nose again like 1 month before the tournament started, but like my mind was so off like boxing, because like I said,
now that situation happened. Now you go in your nose breaks.
At the time for me, you know, my immature mind was, yo, I thought I was doing everything the right way because I'm so like lost in my, you know, my wrong ways.
Shout out to him for saying his immature mind while he's still 20.
Yeah.
Like looking back.
19.
Oh my God. 19.
Thinking immaturely.
Wow.
You know, and thinking I thought I know everything. I thought, you know, in my mind I'm just like, yo, nothing is going good for me in the sport. Mind you, just a couple months before that, I just started college. So I'm getting new experiences. I'm meeting females. So nah, like, you know, I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm meeting females. Yeah. I'm getting new experiences. I'm realizing the world is a lot bigger than boxing.
Right.
You know, I've been around it since I was little. So
you're getting exposed to different things.
I'm getting exposed to different things. So I just cut the sport out of my life, January 2017.
I'm sorry to cut you up, and he's totally right, because I still remember Steve was a guy who was always in the gym. So around that time he stopped.
Let me cut you off quick. I always used to tell him, yo, like, I'm gonna do everything that I'm doing right now. Yo, I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna be this, and that. But it was all talk. You know, I wasn't doing things the right way.
You was telling Kev you was
gassing
Kev a little bit?
Nah, yeah, but he always believed I could do it. Like,
I've always
you did it.
Always. I believed I could always do it, but it had to be my way.
He had to like do his way, but like literally, like no lie, yo, like it would be like we'll have like random, like a lot of people don't know that, like random like text comment, like yo fam, like you good man, you gonna get these miles in, son, you gonna be right back on it, son. Shit happens, you gotta get back to the sport.
And that's what I used to. That's like one of those things. I always used to train hard, but I didn't train smart. You know, like,
explain the difference a little bit.
For example, like, I only fight 3 rounds, 3 minutes each. I used to go run 5-6 miles, thinking I'm working harder than everybody. I used to get up 4 or 5 in the morning. Hey, that shit. I only fight 3 rounds. Now, I don't even run more than 2 miles. But I run 6 minutes a mile hard. My trainer was always like, yo, run 2 miles in 12 minutes. You only fight 9 minutes. So it gotta be explosive. But I used to run 5-6 miles thinking that was the way. I didn't wanna go run fast. I'm like, hell no, I ain't doing that.
Pace myself. I'm
gonna do it my way.
I'm gonna just get it.
He always used to tell me different things. Yo, I was fighting at the wrong weight class. I used to fight at 152. Like,
you fought at 152?
Yeah, I was fighting.
I'm looking at him now like,
how much you weigh?
Right now,
147.
Damn.
That's your walking around weight.
Because you fighting at 152, like you was walking around at 170.
This is 139 of straight meat.
Something, right? Yeah.
So I used to be all swole.
Yo.
Thinking.
Yeah,
139. 139.
Right now?
Nigga said, oh me. Cool.
This is all meat, my man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Nah.
Bones.
That's what he meant.
All right, let's not digress.
Yeah, let's not digest.
Nah, yeah, so like I said, there was so many little things that I was just like, nah, I ain't doing that. But it's because I just was too lazy to do it.
So what made what made you say, what clicked? Like,
so like I said, January 2017, I cut the sport. I'm never doing like, my mind was, I'm doing new things now, school, I'm experiencing new stuff. I don't need this boxing shit.
You just need the box. You don't need the
I'm
box.
like, yeah, I don't need the box.
You want the box. I feel, listen, I went to college, my brother, you heard?
Nah, I mean, honestly, I'm a control person.
I had
like,
hoop dreams before I went to college, you heard? Tell me where them hoop dreams went.
where?
Straight in the pussy.
Yeah.
Yo, we're digressing. Don't pay my name.
You know I'm right though.
Nah, so for a couple months, you know, like I said, like once I lost the sport, like things started, like just personally, things didn't start going right for me. April, I lost my grandmother, and
I'm a grandma's baby too.
yeah, like
Me too.
things just started to like, you know, generally like since I've been younger, since my mom passed, like blood wise, I don't like really been around.
So your mom and your grandmother have transitioned.
Yeah. My mom passed when I was about 8, so I've been primarily around my dad and my 2 brothers and my grandmother. You know, so it was weird. Me and my grandma always talk on the phone, so it was just weird that those last 2 weeks, she, like, I always had on my mind, like, none was like out of the ordinary. I always had on my mind, you know, but just something was stopping me from calling her. And the same thing was with my dad. Like, she was always calling him, like, yo, when can I see y'all? But my dad was like busy working. He was working 7 days a week at that time. So when that happened, it was kind of just like, you know, it was a big loss for me. Like I said, like I'm really only been around.
It was a trauma.
I've only really been around them since I was little. You know, so I kind of like really just started to change my mentality. Like it was nothing like specific that was just like, you know, change like, you know, your life. Not that I was doing anything bad. Like, you know, I've always just been in the house, whatever. I was just focused on school and I was working at the time. But a couple more months passed and I'm just like, it was like around June, July, and I'm just like, yo, I want to come back to boxing, but I'm going to do everything Mark's way. Like, I'm just
listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
So I called them, I remember this.
And she's watching you too. Know that.
Oh, yeah.
She's watching you.
I remember this call, like, to this day. It was around, like, June, and I'm on my way to my girl's school to visit her, whatever, and I'm on the bus, and I call Mark, and I tell him, like, yo, like, I want to come back and everything. He's just like, dude, what's your plan? I'm just like, yo, I ain't got no plan. I just want to do everything your way. I just want to come back, shut up, do everything your way. But, you know, now it's finally, like, you know, at that time I was going out all the time, you know, I was with my girl all the time, so I'm just like, yo, I want to enjoy this for a couple more months. So,
You told him that?
Yeah, I told him that. So, he's just like, fine. So, a couple more months passed, and he's just like, mind you, I'm like 170. Like, you know, I'm real fat. He's just like, yo, get your weight down.
You're fat at 170.
I was fat at 170, yeah.
Right.
Beloved, how much you weigh right now?
Yo, beloved, imagine me at 170, nigga. I look like you.
Yeah, right
no
now.
No disrespect, beloved. You heard, I still love you. You my guy.
Beloved about 220.
Yeah, right.
I'm not 220. I'm 200.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, right now.
Nah. Come right here. Let's stay right there. We gotta finish it up.
Not right now.
My man speaking some gangster shit.
You know?
Nah.
I wanna
So,
listen to this.
so I start cutting weight and everything, and then around October.
Wait, can you explain to people just a little bit about what's cutting weight?
We could get more into that.
Yeah, not right now. I want to
later.
finish this story.
So I cut down to about like, you know, 154, and he wants me to fight at 141, and I'm just like, I don't think I could do it in my head, but I'm just like, you know what? If that's what he wants me to do, I'm gonna try it. I hadn't been 141 in like years, mind you. I'm only like 18. You know, when I'm coming back.
Yeah, like,
so I'm just like, yo, trying to get back to this. And I'm young now. Like, that's going to be impossible. But if you want me to try it, I'm going to try it. So I come back. And, yo, I'm not even going to lie to you. He didn't believe me. Like, he didn't believe that I really wanted to be back. Yo, legit, for like the first month and a half, he was trying to run me out the gym.
Testing you, mental.
Like, my second day of sparring, he put me to spar with one of the best kids around, and for a month and a half, I legit had like a couple sparrings, and all of them like he was putting me to spar on purpose just to get hurt.
What?
Just to get my ass beat, so he could run me out the gym and never see me again. And I'm not even gonna lie, I had a couple moments where I'm just like, I'm just like, yo,
But you got back to it.
Like, and I was legit getting my ass.
Like, what you mean? Like, a couple moments, like, you like, I'm not coming back?
I was like, I ain't coming back. I was like, this dude just don't give a fuck about me. Like,
I gotta ask a question, because I gotta, like, when you say that, like, so you went home and you see your face, or it was like, or it was just
nah,
like during
be
the
after
sparring, you was just like,
yeah,
I see he's trying to get me hurt, and it was like a mental thing,
was just
or was
physically
like physically, or mentally he was breaking
physically, more mentally, like, it just, nothing was working for me. And I'm running, I'm doing everything the way he wants.
But you know he's putting you up against somebody that's
like, but nice. I know, because.
But you like, I should be able to fuck.
I knew.
19 years old.
I didn't know he was doing that. No, I didn't know he was doing that
at the time.
I didn't know he was doing that at the time until once I finally like got my shit together. He did it to another kid.
So then you start.
That's always bullshit.
So now you start.
And he did the same way because he sent me to do the job for him.
Okay.
And the kid never came back after a couple days.
Oh, so you didn't even realize what was going on. So this is
I started.
Okay.
Like,
it was
I was breaking.
Madness.
Yeah, and it was working, but like there was so many points where I'm just like, it's easy to quit because I'm in school.
But say that again though, because people don't understand when people say it was so many points. It wasn't one breaking point that you got past.
Many points. Yeah.
It was like maybe
It was a few
every
hurdles.
day.
It was
Like
a few hurdles.
Like
It was
many points. So everything changed for me. He put me in a tournament only 6 weeks after starting the training. He puts me in a tournament, and thankfully the first fight I got a bye. A bye is like when they have an uneven amount of people and they got.
So you just go to the next.
Yeah,
round.
they move me to the next round. It's a random draw just to make an even amount for the next round. So I admit to this day that played out for me perfect because I wasn't ready that day. So then I got another 2 weeks, but I had to fight twice in 3 days. I won the first fight, thankfully. Then the other fight was 2 days after. I was fighting one of the top 15 ranked dudes in my weight class. But remember,
this 141.
Yeah, remember, I'm just coming down to this. I feel dead. I gotta get used to this and everything.
You don't got no.
And I gotta do it. Yeah, I gotta. It's not like I'm fighting every week. Nah, I had to do it twice in 3 days. So when I fought this dude literally got out to a fast start. Like after like 2 minutes, in my mind, I was just like, ain't no way I'm beating this dude. Like, this dude is just, he won the first round easy, and then second round I won it, last round I won it. The second round was like close, but I was already inching, and then the last round I won it big. So it was kind of just like, take your pick, and I got it by 1 point. So that was the breaking point for me because that was right before 2018. That was like 2 weeks before the year ended. He gave me the last 2 weeks off. And then 28, mind you, like none of my sparrings before that, I didn't win not one sparring session. Like before that, I was just getting my ass beat.
But he did that on purpose though, so.
Because he thought I was gonna run out the gym. He didn't think.
And you kept the game.
Yeah.
And then put you in a tournament.
Yeah.
He didn't even see you winning.
He didn't ask me nothing. He didn't ask me anything. He just threw me in it. So then when 2018 came, like.
That's when shit started heating up.
Yeah, shit just started heating up. Then in the gym, I'm just lighting dudes up. I just start lighting dudes up.
Like I'm
but my lowest point didn't even hit yet. Like now things are changing for me. I'm lighting everybody up. My dad is like, there's a big national tournament in March. And
that just passed?
No, it happened in March.
This March that just passed?
Yeah, March that just passed, yeah. So he's like, now he sees something different in me. And he's just like, let's go. So he's paying this trip out of pocket. I gave him my whole savings account for the trip. And I'm so like stuck on trying to do things perfect Like I can get real personal.
You do what you
I get real
want.
personal.
It's your
real
time,
personal.
man. You do what
Nigga,
you
you
want.
said you gave up your personal account, nigga. You don't give up personal than that.
Nigga, you do what you want.
Nah, like for this tournament, I literally legit spent, and I didn't learn until after. I legit spent 30 days away from women, but, and this is for all my boxes. Like Mark told me this, and a couple of my teammates, like they tell me this shit is mental. Like I spent it away from women, and I spent that shit off from, like, you know, like personal, you know, your personal time. So
None of that.
yeah, none of that. Cause I'm thinking in my mind that shit make me better. I'm thinking that shit making me better.
You was heard stories about backed up niggas.
Yeah.
Cause niggas don't
You
talk
was
about
hearing-
backed up niggas.
Yeah.
You was hearing about Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I'm thinking that shit works. And I've always been like that. Yeah, I never won nothing before, and I have so many boxes. All the top boxes telling me, yo, that shit is mental. The night before my fight.
God bless.
Literally the night before.
Yeah.
I legit had a wet dream. Everything came out. No, listen.
Nigga, hold on.
No,
This is the first guest that ever talked about a wet dream.
No, that shit real. That shit real. Listen.
Nigga, let's talk, nigga.
No. I'm talking real
That's
shit.
something
I'm
else
talking
now.
real shit.
30.
You know, I'm talking
Today's
everything.
episode is TV 14.
Yo, come on, this is my kind of conversation.
Rated R.
Nah, I'm talking real boxing shit.
Yo.
Like, I'm not gonna tell y'all like, you know, half the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Mind
It
you,
happened though.
everything just happened. Everything just happened. Mind you, I'm fighting the first fight of the tournament.
Feel good, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, if you ever had a wet dream, sometimes
Nah.
you just bask in that bitch.
Nah. So yeah, that happens. Mind you, over here there's no elevation. Like it's literally 0 sea level. And where I was fighting the nationals in New Mexico, the elevation is 5,500 feet.
Oh, above
You
sea
can't
level.
breathe, bro. You can't
Wow.
breathe. It's more than a mile high. Like
Wow.
there's
So you in the Mile High Club on the ground.
Yeah. So I legit, it's hard to breathe. It's to the point where I'm walking around and like you literally have to catch your breath, like every few minutes. Like, so mind you, when that happened, I lost all my strength. I lose the fight by 1 point. And my dad, he spent all that money. And he's just like, yo, I took you out here.
And your money.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I deserved it.
Yeah.
You know, and my dad, he's just like, I ain't gonna whoop your ass because you're a grown ass man now. But he's just like, yo, like I legit saw something different in you these last few months. So I took the time and the money to take you out here. But
So wait, so do you attribute the loss to the wet dream or what?
it was the wet dream because that shit used to kill me mentally. I'm just like, yo, if I stay like abstinent from everything,
backed up, right?
I stay backed up.
Yeah. Turn into the Hulk.
So I lose everything.
Is
I
that
lose my whole
healthy,
mental.
though?
No, I'm gonna get more into that later. I lose my whole mental.
Because you don't
Going
bust
into
on
the
that
fight,
for
going
weeks.
into,
You been
I was
really
legit
killing it.
tired before the
Are
fight.
you training in boxing?
Nigga, that's like you going to go fight somebody, nigga.
That's true.
and the bitch just
It's
starts
real.
sucking your
It's
dick.
real. You
ain't gonna
don't
fight
do
nobody
that,
no more.
but you don't gotta hold it for a long time. Like now, like I for a few days.
Okay.
I go fight. I'm good.
Okay.
But I remember this conversation I remember my dad was so pissed off that he didn't even cancel our flight. He just bought another flight for the next day to just come home.
Nigga said, hold on, I gotta get the fuck.
Yeah, he's just
Get out of here, man.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not staying here till Sunday. Like, mind you, I lost like on Tuesday. He's like, I'm not staying here till Sunday.
All that action is for
I'm gonna, like, I'm literally legit gonna kill this kid alive. And when we on the plane home, like, my dad is like, before we got on the last plane to come to New York, we stopped in Atlanta. He's like trying to make me feel better, and like just like trying to. He was being sore for me, and I told him, I'm just like, you know what? I was like, I ain't traveling no more unless I earn the shit. And then he was just like, alright, cool. I come back, my trainer's pissed off. Like my trainer, he had one of the best managers watching me, and when he sees me at the gym after a few days, he's just like, "What happened?" I told him what happened, and he looked at me. He's just like, "You can't be serious right now." I'm just like, "Yeah." And he tells me, he's like, "Yo, you got sex the day before you want."
He's on mental.
And I looked at him, I'm just like, it's different, cause like, y'all, I see him saying this to me. He's like, "Yo, he's like, yo, do whatever you want. That has nothing to do with fighting. Just focus on fighting. Just focus on fighting. Don't worry about all the extra, don't worry about there's a lot of people there, don't worry. Like, have sex if you want, everything." He said, "Cause I know you train hard. And you're doing everything I'm asking of you in the gym. So, and you're doing everything I ask of you in running and everything. So I know it won't affect you."
So just go out there and fight.
Yo, legit, I told my dad, I'm just like, alright, from now on, I literally don't give a fuck about nothing. I'm just gonna go and fucking fight. Like, that's it. I don't care about nothing.
You gotta be upset about something to fight.
No, that don't always work, bro.
Nah. I'm gonna get into that. Not really. So, my first fight back was the quarterfinals with Golden Gloves. I got a bye again in the preliminaries to the quarterfinals. I was just dealing with a couple, like, you know, mental things coming back from that first off. I'm just like, yo, I gotta get a win. I get the win. Then in the semifinals, I'm fighting the favorite of the tournament. You know, and even after I beat him, like, even after I beat him, I'm not gonna say names, of course, but like, some of the board of the association were like, we were pushing him to be our like next, you know, he was younger. It was breathing. He was younger than me. He was younger than me, and I'm young, you know, to be with. He was younger than me. He put on 2 great performances before me, so they were like, yo, we were legit looking at him. And going into that fight, like, my dad was like nervous because, you know, this kid is good and everything, and I've like been on some sus shit. You know what happened with nationals? That was only 1 month before, and
not to cut you off, but when you were going into that fight, because I know you were still cocky, you was like, I'm gonna fuck this little nigga up.
No. I know my dad was worried.
They think he nice.
No. I know my dad was worried.
I got some smoke.
I know my dad was worried. The kid is a young, flashy kid, real talented. And I told my dad, I'm just like, I got this, like, cause I legit, like, starting when I came back after that nationals, like, I didn't think about nothing when I fought. Like, I don't think about, like, now, I don't even think about anything. I literally just go, just fight. Just cause it's natural, I don't think about anything. But it wasn't just the fact that I beat him, like, I put the beats on the kid. No, like,
you beat the bricks off. You beat the bricks off.
It's the way you beat him.
No, like, it was just, like,
annihilation.
Yeah, but
there's ass whoopings, but this was an ass.
No, the kid was an ass whooping, but the kid, he, like, I respected that he
took it.
He took it. Like, he took it. A lot of guys wouldn't have taken the shots he took. And when I beat him, like, now I'm in the finals of the Golden Gloves at Madison Square Garden. Now I got
the theater or the arena?
The theater.
Okay.
The theater. Now this was a rematch of the final of the other tournament. The top 15 guy.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The top 15 guy.
Redemption. Vindication.
And many people thought he won the first fight. So.
No, oh yeah.
You know, but after that performance, like, people were like, yo, it's a good fight, but they think I'm gonna win it. You know, and he looked impressive. He fought 3 times, I think, before me, and he looked really impressive. Mind you, we're fighting in front of 4,000 or 5,000 people, and my dad is super nervous. Like, my dad is like, he's in the background, he's just like all fidgety, he's beyond nervous. Mind you, we walk into the ring, and I tell him, I'm just like, don't worry, I got this. Mind you, I'm fighting in front of 4,000, 5,000 people, and like I'm telling y'all, like, I had gotten to a point in my career after my trainer told me that that I don't care about anything. Like I didn't know how many people I fought in front of until I changed and got into the crowd after. That's how like zoned, like just out I be. Like and like
focus.
Like I went I wasn't even focused on anything. No, legit. Like I just went into the fight like I didn't care about nothing. I wasn't focused, I wasn't nothing. Like as weird as it sounds, like I don't think nothing of it. I just went in there and just fought.
But you are you saying you ain't think nothing of it because it's something that's now it's just coming
I just let it come natural. I don't think about all the like I have sex or anything before, like a couple days before, it don't matter.
This is what you do.
You just
no. Let me clear things up.
Can I say something?
Let me clear things up.
When you're done, I got you. I don't want to get knocked out.
Let me clear things up.
I'm gonna shut up.
Alright, you can have women are distractions in the sport, and you do have to refrain from them when it's time to the weeks leading up to the fight. But you can still have your personal time. You know why it's different? Because when you're around women, they demand more of you. Now, if you got to fight, if you got your little happy time after one, you good. That's it. Nothing more. But when you with a woman, you gotta do your thing. Like so that's like you could have your little happy time, but women no around can't. Like cause they demand more of you. Like you gotta do more.
They wanna bust a nut too.
Yeah, like that's where their distractions. And even if you're just around women, now you're losing all types of focus and everything.
That's a fact.
So
that's a fact.
Yeah, so
you can't even let a shorty sit on your face or nothing?
Nah. Cause naturally you don't want to
do with your hands though.
Cause naturally you're gonna want to like. Naturally you're gonna want to do your thing, and even if you don't do nothing after the next few days, all you're gonna do is think about it.
You're right. I got it.
That's why you can have your own privacy time, but women
it works out.
No.
Right.
Like I used to play ball, but every time I beat off before I play ball, it's like
you good.
I'm great.
Yeah, but it's not like you fucking letting go 5'6" right there.
Nah,
that's what I'm saying, right?
I'm fucking dying. Nigga, I let 5'6".
Women demand
19. That nigga said 5'6".
I thought he was gonna say 1, 2, 3.
That nigga
That's
definitely 19.
That nigga 19.
God damn,
I could barely go 1 right now.
Yeah, I could verify.
So in the finals, I digressed a little bit. I dominated the dude from the first second to the last. Like it was just demolition. I heard him in the first minute, had him stumbling. The ref made a huge mistake. I could have.
What mistake was that?
No, I hit him, and he literally was out on his feet.
Days in the ref.
He was out on his feet, but his mouthpiece flew. And instead of giving him an 8 count or letting me finish the job, the ref stopped the action and was like, "Let me look for his mouthpiece." Mind you, his mouthpiece is clear, the ring is white. So it took him like 15 seconds to find it.
So he's able to
recuperate.
Then he got to go to the corner.
15 seconds is a lot in boxing.
So he had like 30 seconds to recover.
Right.
And he recovered. He just took flight from after, like he just took flight after that. So, yeah, so I just, I won the fight clearly. I won the Golden Gloves dominant. I beat a few good fighters, and I unanimous decisions in all of them. So, yeah, so like
And still!
Yeah.
That's dope.
But the thing is, like, still to this day, I never got to enjoy that. Because I had to go to the National Golden Gloves 3 weeks later. So my trainer, I'm going to keep it real. My trainer, I'm his only amateur. He's trained world champions. He has top prospects. So that, to him, he just expects that of me. Like, he expects that because...
Right.
Those are the standards he put in place. Right.
That's what he worked with.
Yeah.
That's what he do. Right.
That's what he believes in. So I won it Friday night. Monday morning, we already back in the gym, getting ready for the Nationals. That Saturday, Sunday, I was in the house all day. So and then I went straight into Nationals. I placed 5th in the Nationals. I won my first 2 fights. beat 2 really good guys, and then in the quarterfinals I lost to the top dude in the country. I was the only one who gave him a competitive fight that whole week. He had 5 fights.
He took the whole thing?
Yeah, he took the whole thing. Easy. The first 2 guys before me, he knocked both of them out. And although he won clearly, there was the reason.
Controversy?
No. He won the fight fair. It was a competitive fight. He won it fair. But when I came back to New York, my trainer was like, he pointed out little things. Not anything big.
Small details.
Little things that
make a big difference.
Yeah, that would have changed the course of the fight. So
why he didn't tell you these things during the fight?
No, he's not. This was in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, he's just your trainer. He don't go with you.
Nah, he didn't. He can't go. He's he working and stuff.
Right. So who's the people that's there with you? What's your pops?
So for example, like the National Golden Gloves, they have a team. All the open class winners. In each weight class we go, and the women's team as well. All the women that won the Golden Gloves, they pick 2-3 coaches to send as well. And even though my dad wasn't picked, they paid for everything for him to go.
Okay.
Because he has a good reputation from when my brother used to fight.
Okay.
So they knew they could rely on him.
Right.
So he was out there with me, and like my dad was like pushing me, but like the kid just had that. I gave him a little bit too much respect. And it's like he took the little things, like I said, like the little things.
Details, small details.
He ran away with it. I could have made it way more tougher, and I possibly could have, so.
Like I'm gonna do to Kev.
Yeah, so then the semifinals and finals, he won it easy. So I placed 5th, but everyone I made a name nationally.
Right, that was just your main goal, just to get up there so you could compete.
Yeah, so then I come back, and then over the summer I won the New York tournament. I fought 3 fights there, and I earned a trip. In 3 weeks I'm going to Tennessee.
How difficult was that?
What?
A New York tournament.
Walk in the park.
Nah, it wasn't a walk in the park. Cause actually my first fight in the quarterfinals, the 132-pound champion from that traveled with me to the nationals, the number 1 guy in the division under me, he moved up to my division.
So now was that
so
a little nervous?
Thought,
make you nervous?
Nah, like I said, I don't think about nothing.
I got you.
Even when I was fighting the number 1 guy in the country, I didn't think about nothing. I just go and fight. I just didn't do some things that would have, made it even closer.
But
it was a close fight.
The older you get, the smarter you get, though.
Yeah,
that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
not with me, but I understand.
Definitely.
Yeah, but everyone thought that fight with me and that kid was gonna happen in the finals. It happened magically in the quarterfinals. Messed up draw. Fine, I beat him. They had it by one point. I thought I beat him clearly. Fine. Then in the semifinals, I fought the same guy beating the Golden Glove finals and the top 15 dude. A lot more competitive because obviously, after I beat him clearly in the Golden Glove finals, he came
ready.
Right.
Yeah. And we knew we were gonna fight each other because it was a bracket. So he came ready that day, and he put up a tremendous fight. I thought it was close, but all the judges gave me the win. Fine. Then in the finals, I fought a kid because they basically put all the top guys in one side of the bracket. Like, this is why I say it was a messed up bracket. And then on the other side of the bracket, it was like
regulars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going into the finals, yeah.
This is all a good fight.
Yeah. So all the fights already happened.
All right.
Going into the finals, I'm fighting a kid that I'm supposed to blow out the water. It didn't go that way. The first, I respected the fact that he was able to keep up for a round and a half. He was able to keep up, but he wasn't able to. He was just trying to keep up. He wasn't really trying to win. Even when he was keeping up, he wasn't doing what he had to do to take the.
To get.
Yeah. So it was just even for like a round and a half, and then I took over, and they gave it to me by 1 point. Fine. I thought I won it clear, cool, and now I was interning. I had a great internship throughout the tournament.
Where at?
In Jopwa.
Where's that?
They're down at 14th Street. It's a diversity inclusion company. Basically, they're a platform. They have a bunch of professionals from 2 to 7 years of experience, and then they have a bunch of college students. They partner with elite companies and elite startups that want to diversify, and they basically do business together so those companies can connect and recruit from their diverse platform, which contains Black, Latinx, and Native American students. So
shout out to John.
Let's clap it up for that. Let's clap it up for these SAT words. Let's clap it up for that.
Let's clap it up for the words that this nigga saying that I don't understand. Let's clap it up for that, nigga. And I went to school.
So I was doing that internship.
I was doing that,
training,
and I was fighting at the same time. So I wasn't really too focused, and I was
focused.
I was focused. I was there physically, but I wasn't there mentally. So like, that was the time. If those guys wanted to beat me at any point, that was the time. Because my trainer, he moved to Florida in June. So
what you was doing? Just training on your own?
Nah, it's different because
Remember,
he's been in June. Since June, he's been in Florida.
Let's buy a house over there.
Nah, he's gonna get his own gym out there and everything. Like, yeah. Like,
so we moving out there.
Nah, he cool as shit.
Nah,
I'm Bandini Brown.
He already moving out
From
there.
the rooter to the fruit.
But it's different. It's different because remember, I'm his only amateur, so all his pros, they focus. You know, they're primarily in boxing. So whenever they fight, they can go out there anytime. You know, train out there with him. It's different, you know, for me. You know, I'm in school, so I have to work around that. But me and my dad, like we literally train in our basement. You know, like we've been doing everything on our own.
You still live in the hood?
Yeah. So even though like I wasn't fully focused mentally and everything, I think it was because of that. You know, my trainer like he keeps it real. Like he don't mind shredding you the fuck down if he has to, but he keeps it real with you. So he always kept me on point. But not only that, like, you know, with the whole expectations with me thing and him not being excited with me winning anything, I'm with a bunch of guys who are elite prospects and elite professionals. So I love that environment.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah.
They force me
can't slack.
to level. Yeah.
Like, you definitely feel like that's an advantage for you.
That's an advantage for me because it always keeps me motivated. You know, I always want to be around those guys. So now, all of a sudden, like, it's not, my dad is not the internship and everything. It's that I'm training by myself now. So it's like, I don't get to come to the gym every day. I don't get to be around those guys every day. I don't get to be, my trainer calls me every few days, but it's not the same. You know, like, so if there was ever a chance for those guys to beat me, it was that tournament. And they didn't, you know, so
now you feel like it's over.
Yeah, we've been talking, and there's been a lot of good news.
Are we moving to Florida?
There's a lot of good news, like a lot of things that could happen, you know, in the next few months. So now my mind is in the game again.
Coffee's ready.
I want to.
Decaf. That's decaf.
Yeah. You know, my mind is in the game again, and you know, like, you know, I'm focused on the nationals and stuff, but like, you know, it's been difficult trying to just training by myself and my dad. Like, you know, my dad just follows everything that, you know, he says and everything, but it's definitely a lot different. You know, not being around those guys every day. You know, them, you know, I'm trying to push them, they pushing me, you know, and they see me like, they know I can be where they're at. You know, they expect me to be there. So it's like, you know, I wanna be in that environment. So it's like everything just like hit me at once. You know?
3 words. Yeah. Trust the process.
Yeah.
And another thing is, I kind of get what you're saying, where you know, working out with them, because like boxing is a lonely sport.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you can say, yo, let's get this ball, let's go shoot around, you know, it's like, nah, it's literally, you get what you put in.
Yeah.
You know, so I just really wanted, you know, to commend you, you know, for doing that, because you I'm pretty sure there's a lot of kids who came up in the amateur ranks that probably not even boxing anymore.
Yeah.
You know, that probably just say, you know, let me
Yeah.
chill. You know, so you gotta.
Yeah.
That's a certain discipline that you have to have. You know. I also, you know, wanted to give a shout out, you know, to your brother, because I know your brother plays, you know, an important role, and you know, you idolize him. You feel me?
Yeah.
Does he help you work out now? That you?
Nah.
I asked him. I really want him back.
More like
I really want him back.
No, he's actually coming back.
Look,
now.
he was on. Look, he's right there too. I actually want him back. You feel me?
He's actually coming back soon. You know, thankfully with my, you know, with my dad, like the only thing he forces on us. I mean, he doesn't even force education, like, but like I say, like he forces education.
You can't be no dumb little nigga out there. You can't listen. As much as I love Mike Tyson, you can't be no Mike Tyson, bro.
Yeah. Mike Tyson's actually very brilliant.
Now he is. No. Now he is.
He always was.
No. Now
He's a little bit more.
Listen, it's different when you grow up with your dad and when you don't, my nigga. Trust me. Mike Tyson back in the day didn't have no mind, nothing, my nigga. He was controlled by other people, bro. Now he's a grown man and he won't let nobody sucker him. But we gotta keep it real. Back in the days, they had his mind eaten up. They was taking advantage of him.
Women, promoters,
a couple dollars. You know, he's from the ghetto. He used to eat spam and all that.
So that's why he said earlier.
You said play with pigeons.
Gabi, something Gabi, I don't mean to cut you off, but something that you brought up, you know, and I go back to it, is you said, you know, having your father, you know, and I think that's one thing that's dope, is that you really, your father, like, I got a lot of love for that man. Every time I see him, it's always love, but he shows he cares, you feel me? It's not like he's forced.
He don't force the sport.
You know, he don't force the sport on you, you know. He's supportive, you know, but he also gonna tell you, like, I'm not gonna put up with your bullshit. You feel me? Like, you really gotta.
I mean, he don't got no problems with me,
you know.
You know, like.
No, but I commend that, because we don't have that a lot. You feel me? There's not many people that can say I like you, my pops, or my pops, you know, ever show me how to play a sport.
I feel like you feel about your father, you dig? But not everybody can feel like we feel. My father was a single father at the end of the day.
My father was a single father.
3 kids.
Yeah, same.
1 girl, 2 boys. Oh, boys. You see, you got lucky, motherfucker. But my pops was 1 girl, 2 boys, but he got 7 kids in total. Yeah. You feel me? My father used to sell my drugs.
Yo, Gabi, the show.
I know it's all right though, cause it was a long time ago, and he can't get arrested for it. No,
we don't know that.
My father used to be a big timer. And once the '60s down there, and you feel me? But I was raised by my pops, and when I was born, my pops stopped hustling. He got a regular job. I didn't live the life that my brothers and sisters lived, you feel me? But I lived a good life though. Because my father made sure that we was good. And I'm sure the way you talking, I'm sure your pops worked that job to make sure y'all was
and
good.
that's one thing that I always appreciate, because like after my mom passed, like he took on all the debts, like, and he admitted he admitted this when I got older. Like my brothers are older than me, so he was able to tell them around the time, like, he was gonna leave to California after my mom passed away, and he was just gonna, like, he was thinking about just leaving. Like, he didn't want to take on all this shit. He didn't think he could do it.
Like, when you say leaving, like leaving y'all?
Yeah,
he admitted that.
Good, bro.
He admitted that.
Listen, that's life, and you can't even get mad at it.
No,
the point is that the homie stayed.
No, but like Kanye said, you gotta talk everything out.
But he admitted,
right, my brother.
He admitted it.
That's a fact.
But he was telling me, he was like, yo, he at one point where he's just like, yo, these are my niggas, man. Like, he's like, hell no. Like, and for years,
I'm sure my pops had the same thing.
For years, he had, like, he would work 7 days a week. Like, we didn't see him for like years, because he was just working, paying off debts, and like nothing was ever good. But we never saw that. Like, he always found a way to make everything happen.
And make sure everything was good.
He hid everything. And now that I grew up, like, I started understanding a lot more. Like, he legit, like financially, like, nothing was good for him for like It's been like 11 years since my mom passed. Like,
I feel
like
it's real, you know?
His everything only started going good like 2-3 years ago. But all those years he was just struggling, but you never saw it.
Never showed it.
Because y'all was kids, he couldn't show it.
I'm feeling this shit.
And
as a man, you just know that. Like,
and I had a lot of problems with my dad, like, and like I said, with the whole just growing up in boxing, I grew up in life too, because I started getting closer with my dad, like really like hearing about, you know, when he grew up in Guatemala,
right.
Everything he dealt with from Guatemala. He came to the U.S. and when he was 17 years old. I didn't know about none of that when, you know,
he was younger.
Yeah, so it was only last year I started really getting to know him, and it's just like, how do you expect to have a great relationship with a person if you don't really know them?
No. Let me tell you something.
Listen, I didn't know my father had a bullet in his brain. He still got the bullet in his brain. He got shot in the head. I didn't know till I was like 15, 16 years old. I'm the baby, like you.
Yeah.
I'm just way older than you.
Yeah.
But I'm the baby, you feel me? So everything that my brothers and sisters knew before me, I didn't find out till way later.
Yeah.
So I feel everything you're saying. They try to hide everything from us.
They wanted to protect you.
And for those parents out there, aspire to be like that. I'm tired of seeing parents out here yelling at their fucking kids in the stroller about their problems, talking about what they did to a bitch. Wait till they grown, all right?
Yo,
wait till they
listen. And when you raised by your pops, bro, you just raised. It's just harder. Like people think is not. Listen, being raised by your pops is not easy.
And
bro.
that's why, like, you know, I've gotten a lot of like shade from other fighters and everything. Like everyone, like, I have a great life because my dad went. Like, once I grew up, I understand.
Cheers to all the great fathers, bro. Shout out to my pops, his pops.
Yeah, like I fight with all that.
Pops,
because shout out to Billy, single father. Bro, I see you doing the best you can.
Yeah,
Billy is his father.
No. Nah. Billy's one of my homies from back home.
Oh, all right.
Who doing what he gotta do.
Respect.
So it's like,
I got nothing to say about
it's like, even though he made sure I had a great life, I understand everything.
Now,
I understand everything, and that's me now.
That was the age.
So you understand why he pushed you to get that education and make sure that he didn't want y'all to.
I don't fight for me. I enjoy fighting and everything, but if I'm just fighting for me, I could just stay in school, motherfucker. Cause this shit ain't no joke. You know.
That's crazy.
This shit ain't no joke. You know, if I'm just fighting for me, I won't be where I'm at right now.
That's.
You know, like. I carry all that because
you have to, bro. Like you have to, but you don't. But you know you have to.
And then also, it kind of makes you who you are in a sense. You know, it builds. I think when you go through shit, you know, as fucked up as it may seem, you know, it builds character.
Yeah.
You know. So,
I just think that too many kids don't know their parents like deep down, because like of course many parents ain't gonna speak about everything. You know, my dad didn't. Like it wasn't until I took the time to really like understand him, know his story and everything, and that's when I got to understand him better, and that's how the relationship got way better because I know him now. Not saying we had a bad relationship. We never had a bad relationship, but you know, like we understand each other more. And like I said, like that's. You know, I fight with all that.
Man, that's what I say.
I think that me and you, we're gonna have like our own show and talk about fathers, my nigga. Because listen, my brother, I love my father.
Honestly, that should be
your father. And yo, it just makes me feel good. Cause niggas be like, yo.
And I don't even got kids.
Yo, you grew up with your father. I'm like, bro, but my mom wasn't, you know, always there. Like I love my mother. Don't get it twisted. My mom is alive. She helps me now, you feel me? But when I was young and I was little, my mom wasn't there. My father never put us away from my mom. My pop used to take us to rehab to see my mom. Now that's gangster, my nigga. And now that I'm older, I realize how gangster that is. You feel me? Like everybody think gangster is killing. Nah, nigga. gangster is a man taking care of his family, bro. That's a real gangster in my eyes. And our pops, I don't know about y'all pops. I don't know the situation. I know Kev a little bit. He like a half gangster, but he's my guy. I like him. But you feel me? He wasn't in the lives of y'all. I don't know about you. Your pops was in your life?
My pops was there.
Still?
Pops was there.
I know my pops.
That's not what the fuck I asked.
No, let's trust me. When it comes to Shaq knows, trust me.
His pops was always there for him.
My pops was always there for me.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm asking.
There's a difference. Like.
But your pops could always be there for you, and you not know and not learn anything from him.
There's that other aspect
you know,
of it
so
as well.
it's kind of tricky when you say that. You feel me? Because for instance, my pops was there. I could say my pops was there financially, but my pops went to one game after all the basketball games I ever played, nigga. Like my pops never, he didn't even show up for senior night. My mother showed up for senior night.
Yeah, right, but that's
every sport that I played.
There's a difference. Like his pops, you know, cared enough to put him into a sport and like try to push a path for him. You know, like there's pops that's there that don't really try to set you up or push you in any type of direction. You know what I'm saying? And that's one reason why I commend his father and all fathers who have a plan for their child or even an attempt to have a plan for your child. Because now that's a lost art. It's like have a kid and put a roof over their head and feed them and give them some nice clothes and send them to school and that's it. Like, no, you had this child. This child didn't ask to be here, so you should have a plan for them. Something set up, some type of road for them to go down. You know, like his brother paved the way for him, you know what I'm saying, and in boxing. But his father paved the way for him in life. You know what I'm saying? His father was...
And he graduated school.
And he graduated college.
And he graduated college, you know, and it's just like... That road is, you know, like I said, your brother paved the way for you with boxing, but your father kind of paved the life way for you guys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He did it with my brothers first, so I just followed. You know.
And that's say, you know, but seriously, on a serious note, man. First off, I want to say, you know, good luck.
You see they coming? You hear?
I want to say good luck, man, for nationals, man. Thank you for taking out. Oh shit. He switched up real quick. Man, thank you for taking the time out, man, just to come out and kick it with us. You know, as you know, this podcast deals with journey, man, and I just kind of want to like shed some light, you know, on the amateur, you know, boxer who's good, you know, but is also, you know, doing it in the ring, you know, and in the classroom, you know.
It's a lot of sacrifice, bro. I'm gonna keep it real, you know.
I could tell it's a lot of sacrifice. That shit is crazy, bro.
I set my schedule to where I get a 2-hour break, so I could go to the gym, get my run in between, then come back to class, finish the day, get home, rest, then train in the evening. Like, I don't get to, you know, socialize too much.
Let me tell you, it's a beauty in structure. Listen, it's a beauty.
You're not missing nothing.
Like I mastered it. You know, I only have I literally cut all my social media out, but Instagram. I realized that it's actually gonna be 1 year since I did that. I did it before I came back to the gym. I realized that when you only got one social media, after 5 minutes, you scrolling, you seeing the same thing, so you're gonna get off of it. So. That was my way of creating time for doing both things and getting enough rest, you know, and not BSing out here, using 3-4 social medias and scrolling for hours, wasting your time, you know, like.
Let me tell you, like for somebody maybe like you 20 with like 10 years, 19 with like 10 years ahead of you. All of that shit.
Nigga trying to make himself younger. But first of all, the nigga is 13 years older than you.
I'm 15 years.
15, 13, and 11.
Yo, listen.
How the fuck we 13?
12.
The only thing I wanted to say, exactly, 12 is you ain't missing nothing. Like, don't.
That's the 15.
Ever.
Don't add on.
Right. I tell my little sister this all the time. Like, don't ever feel like you're missing anything. Like, I've been watching social media progress. I was around since before social media.
It's funny that you say that because I always tell people like, yo, those 9 months that I was out of the gym, I'm over here, I'm in Dykeman, I'm having fun, I'm going out everywhere. Nah, it's fun and everything, but what the fuck am I celebrating?
Nothing, nigga.
Nothing.
That's what I do every weekend.
If those motherfuckers cared about me, they'll make sure I'm in the gym, doing my thing, make sure I'm doing good in school. And that's what I realized. I'm like, yo, I ain't missing nothing. I'm just wasting my time.
And money.
I'm just wasting my time. Exactly.
And then here comes the other shit. When you get 30, you realize a celebration don't gotta be you even going out.
Yeah.
It could be you just coming here, chilling out in the back of the store with us, drinking and chilling. You know what I'm saying?
11 years till 30, man.
But listen, but
some motherfuckers
I
realize
wish
too
somebody told me this. You know how many thousands of dollars I wasted trying to be cool, celebrating with motherfuckers who I don't even talk to no more.
I got rich friends and in the summer
for the bill.
You know what I'm saying? Frying for everybody, making everybody look good. I'm buying bottles so everybody look good.
Oh, yo, I even drink from that bottle. Like, fuck you, nigga.
Like I want to tell somebody who coming up like, yo, that shit don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
That's what I realized.
Nothing.
That's what I realized now. Like I legit only got time for school, the gym, and time to sleep. I don't do anything. I go out here and there, fine.
And that's cool. And
Oh
that's
yeah,
cool.
I got time for that too. You know, I had time. Nah, yeah, but I legit only got time for that. But thankfully, I've realized before it's too late. But that there's nothing in doing all that extra shit. You know, I'd rather just focus on my craft, focus on my education. If I am gonna spend some money, I'd rather do it traveling somewhere, something.
To box,
gaining
to
an
win some
experience.
more money.
Yeah, but
Invest
I
in
just
yourself.
just investing my time in myself. Like ain't nothing in doing.
Make
all
sure,
that
if
extra
you go and you doing that,
Yeah.
just make sure it's about you.
Yeah.
And if you need a nigga to bring you out, I spit balls cause my shit is fire. I come through, nigga. I'm the one you gotta hire.
I know, man.
You already know,
Thank you,
nigga. I
Steve,
got
man.
the
It's the
attire.
Hey Now podcast.
And you already know,
Conversation with
nigga,
a
I
bunch
do
of
not wear a
nobodies.
wire.
Oh.
And that's it. It's a wrap and we done. Your man said, I'm gonna bring you out. Pause.
Pause. Hey, yo.
I want justice.
Is
right?
that not justice?
That's street justice.
What's wrong with street justice?
Oh, just let the animals wipe themselves out. Right?
God willing. Fuck 'em. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. The good guys, they die first, right? To protect the sheep, you gotta catch the wolf. And it takes a wolf to catch a wolf, you understand?